In the other video, I was talking about the laws of universe manifesting as if it is a great force to operate the universe, the laws of universe. And we are born because of that, and we live, and we die, and all the generation of people have gone through. In the process, we figured out how to use the mind, find fire first, and then find to get the crop and shoot the animals, whatever, and then develop the civilization, and we're moving forward. So there's a great game, if you want to call that, of the universe functioning, and we are the player, and how we play is fairly important, because if we don't play right, we may perish and we may suffer. And to respect the laws of the universe, or the great force of the universe that is manifesting, that brought us, it's like perhaps the word God may represent. I like more of a scientific way to think about it, that's the laws of the universe. And everywhere we see is the manifestation of that. It continues. So I feel like if I'm connected to it, I feel like I'm riding the wave of the universe. But if we are confined in the mind, that connection will be lost, and that's not in line, in the sense that the great force, the life energy, is prevailing, and we feel in tune to that way of that universe. So if that idea makes sense, well, making sense in the mind may be limited, but there's something out there, and to connect to that is meaningful, then what is the way? I think like Maslow mentioned about the hierarchy of needs, and the highest hierarchy, top point, is the self-actualization, that you are actualizing what you are meant to actualize. It's a vacant state. Your mind is clear what to do, you're connected to everything, and you feel the energy flowing without being blocked. And I think for that reason there's a religion or spirituality developed as much as perhaps the science, to figure out what is the force of the universe and how we utilize it. Not to be used, but have some way of alignment. And if we screw it up, it may happen like a climate change, that the universe may not like what the humans do. Everything is connected to each other. Our mind, our action, and how we live, how we relate to the way of the universe, the nature, will come back, and there's always that connection. So alignment, again, is to be rooted from the core, I call the heart, or the laws of the universe manifesting. How do we do that? If there's such a thing. And also, if we do that, all the suffering we may cause ourselves or others may be reduced to the point that we wish everybody be happy. May all beings be happy. Aligned to the way of the universe, not blocked, not egocentric. Accept everything and find a path. So In one of the books, the second book called The New Shop Floor Management, I talked about the change of the organization, and the change of the organization depends on each person in the organization, and that idea can be applied not just the organization as a company or team, anything like that, but organization as a human being to find the path aligned to the way of nature. So there's clarity, and the reason of us being on this earth can be connected to the source, the way of the universe. And the book, I said, for that to happen, our mind has to be changed, the way we think, not self-centered and short-sighted, but more holistic, even to the point of connecting to the heart. How does the mind connect to the heart? And the heart is where this web universe may be manifesting, and therefore there's alignment without the blockages. And I said there in the book, when the mind changes to improve or to be awakened, to find the right passage, we need to change. If we change the mind, we may change your attitude toward how we live. We may not. And if we change the attitude, we may change the behavior, how we live, meeting people, doing things. And when we change the behavior, our habit may change from wasteful or not aligned to the way to have alignment, also connecting to the heart. And if we change a habit, so mind change, attitude change, behavior change, habit, then we are really in line so that the destiny will be changed. I call that one called the behavioral change model, that information will trigger the mind to think differently than the attitude and behavior and habit and the destiny. I think we can live like that. And the happiness may be found by connecting to the way of the universe, of the heart, the root of who we are. And for that to happen, for the mind to change, let the mind be free. How? No mind. Empty, as if the baby's mind, starting from nothing, revisit that state by samadhi, no mind and no self, as if we lived before we learned the language, word and the logic. So the mind goes back to like rebooting the computer, zero base, every now and then reconstruct, so that we keep finding a passage and changing the mind and attitude and behavior and habit. and destiny. It sounds like mouthful and too much, but if there's a will, there's a way. And the will that triggers us to do that may be aligned to the way of the universe. Then we are living, following the way of the universe. So the mind can cause troubles, and I have experienced that, and is experiencing as I live. So the attitude I have is be sincere and truthful. And this YouTube video is like checking if I'm aligned to the way of the universe, along with the way of society as much as possible. Do I feel happy in doing it? When I'm feeling connected, there's that liveliness feeling, the cells of the body. It's probably like, I cannot tell for sure, but when you're little, we have lots of energy. Try this, try that, and then you start to learn. So it's kind of like a revisiting, rebooting from the zero base every now and then. Be with nature. Be empty-minded. But when I say be empty-minded, as much as I had difficulty, because mind start to move, then observe your mind, or just observe your breathing. And be with the way of the nature, empty-minded. There's peace, I find, like going back to my home, eternal home. There are many interesting stories and sutras and words. So those are the indication that many people have gone through that path. And I'm happy to relate to that. Not always, but it's an interesting process to live life with a calm and quiet mind to be able to do that. So I like to keep working in that path, to feel aligned and be happy to help myself and help people, the society. Connecting to the heart. Thank you.